Paul couldn't make it today, so this will be a different show than our normal Wednesday show. Now, I think about why more aren't doing the things right to have the massive wealth that could be coming to them, but it won't come to them because they aren't doing things right in crypto. I think about why so many wash out, and perhaps they think success in crypto is luck or that it's all roses because it isn't. Now, I'm going to share with you more on my backstory of why I'm in crypto. The pain of being here during this time that you're feeling is real. I feel you. Perhaps you will see we aren't very different, you and I. Perhaps different backstories, but certainly you also have pain driving you to be here. Now, I'm farther down this road of doing what the 5% of people that really crush it in crypto are doing. And this channel is about teaching and sharing with you what I've learned down this path so you get here faster. Now, it was a bright but crisp, slightly cold Monday morning. The night before, I had realized my marriage of almost 10 years was probably over. My little kids looking at me, scared and worried, because they could feel the tension. The previous night, their mother had gone into a rage, screaming so loud the kids could hear on the other end of the house. You see, she wasn't a bad person. She was scared and feeling very, very imbalanced. The economy was in complete shambles, and each year for the past 3 years, I had found myself working twice as hard for half the money. We were losing our house and what felt like everything. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but as hard as those past 3 years were, the next 3 years would absolutely crush me like a truck backing over my chest and then sitting on it. That morning, I sat pondering, how do I take care of my family? I'm putting in so many hours and making so little. Each month, there was too much month at the end of the money. And part of the major stressor on my relationship was absolutely money. We were going to lose our beautiful home. We were going to lose half of the investment homes I'd poured so much into over the years. And I was stuck trading time for money in the economy where my time was not very valuable. I had missed several opportunities in my life. And as I sat there with my head in my cold hands, I decided I was not going to miss the next one. And yet I was wrong again. I was right in the middle of missing yet another opportunity as real estate prices were at savage lows, and I knew it. But with a looming divorce and my credit going lower every month, I couldn't find a way to buy any of the crazy low deals out there. Everyone was talking about how terrible the real estate market was, and that was music to my ears, but with no credit, no cash, and my personal life falling to pieces, I had to watch an amazing opportunity just pass right on by, not because I couldn't see it, but because I couldn't get past the barriers to entry. Now, one morning, on my knees, praying to my maker, hurt, in pain, I decided that I would find my opportunity. Now, I had no idea what that would be, just that it would come. And this time, not only would I not miss it, I would throw everything I had at it. Now, it wouldn't be for another 7 years that I would find that opportunity. Now, divorced at the time from my prior marriage for 5 years and engaged to a sweet, incredible woman who is still my wife today, yet living in a home in the middle of a drug and gangland in a very dangerous city that I had purchased for $20,000 from a drug dealer's wife. So saddled by debt from the divorce of 5 years back and the financial disaster of 7 years back, I wasn't even worth zero yet. But I was getting closer each year. And that was when a young 21-year-old who I'd met a few months prior told me he had put $15,000 into a micro investment and made $150,000 profit in 3 months. I told him that that was impossible, and he told me it was crypto. No, he even spelled crypto like sent that in a text when I asked him what it was. Spelled crypto with a K because the spell check changed it to a K. So I thought, what in the world was crypto spelled with a K? I then Googled it, realized it had something to do with blockchain and that it was spelled with a C. Then really started to dive down the rabbit hole because those kind of gains were something I had never heard of. What was this thing I was looking at called crypto? Was this the thing I had been looking for that would change everything? Now, I began pouring every waking hour after working my day job into research, completely determined to figure out this new world of crypto and blockchain. I scraped together 15,000 to invest into crypto and watched it turn into about 163,000. And then I watched it turn into about 3,000. Now, many would have been discouraged and given up. In fact, most did get discouraged and gave up. But remember the promise I had made to myself. I would not let the next opportunity slip by me. You see, I noticed something. Others may have noticed it too. So why they left, it's on them. I noticed that crypto had a cycle of major downs and then huge swings to the upside, and then would crash down again. I knew that what had come crashing down would in several years go way, way up again. I decided this major swing down was time for me to invest as much as I could, and that this volatility was a gift, and that this crypto, the emergence of blockchain technology, was exactly the thing I had been looking for and I had been waiting for. The thing that would change my finances for forever, that I would figure it out no matter how hard or how much time it took. And I committed 100% that this would be my thing that I would make work. And I knew it would if I would truly commit to it 100%. Now, I don't want you to misinterpret what committing 100% is. When we really commit to something, one thing we don't do is take risks that would capsize our boat. So I didn't borrow a single dollar to invest in crypto. Is borrowing to invest in crypto could sink that ship. I was 100% committed. I could see that blockchain would really change the world, and we were still so early on the technology adoption curve. This would be my thing. So during that bear market of 2018, 2019, and 2020, it felt so long. I cut my spending to almost never eating out. I packed my lunches every day, which were often a bean burrito or two from the big frozen bags that you can buy at Walmart or your local convenience store that saves you money by buying in bulk. I often ate ramen noodles. I lived off as little as I could while working my hardest to increase my income so I could put extra money into what I felt could change my fortunes forever. And I put dollar after dollar in just to watch it go lower. But yet I kept on doing it. I researched and tried to learn what I could. And over that bear market, I watched as 2/3 of my investments went completely bust and evaporated. I looked at it as lessons learned and tried to learn what I could, but my hope was undeterred. I would ride it all the way to zero before I would sell early. Now, my family didn't believe what I was doing was smart. My friends mostly thought it was weird. My new wife thought I was completely wasting my time, but was supportive anyway. It wasn't until December of 2020 when I really started to see what felt like sunlight cresting the mountains, bringing warmth to my skin. Some of my crypto had started to increase, and my portfolio was worth almost half of what I'd put in. That was an exciting day. Though Most were discouraged, and even some quit at that point and sold for a loss. I could see the trend was finally starting to go my way. Now, within 2 more months, my portfolio was now up 5 times what I had put in. The next month took me to 15x what I'd put in and up almost 100x from the bottom. And then it even still did better after that. I had made it. We had made it. But I felt sad. I thought back to all the people I'd met along the way. Why weren't more with us at this point? Why had so many given up? Why couldn't they be here with me at the crest of the mountain? Now, I created a private Discord to perhaps help with that. Perhaps some had quit because they had so many people telling them how stupid or crazy they were, and not enough positive friends that get it. Perhaps if we'd created a family of rainmakers, more would have made it. And so I created it this cycle. Now, we don't know what the results of this is because we're still in the altcoin bear market for the most part. Yes, Bitcoin's run up tremendously, but it hasn't cascaded yet into the altcoins. Now, we will see for sure what the effect of having the Rainmaker Discord and this channel is, because we aren't yet at the top of the mountain for this cycle. But I have a great feeling about every single one of you who have joined our private Discord and those that are here watching YouTube regularly with me. Now, we're in December of 2025. Bull market was highly likely to come by now, and yet it hasn't. We now know and understand why. It has everything to do with the global M2 money supply. And we can see that the US is going to lower interest rates more in the coming year, which will fuel M2 money supply growth tremendously, which is a major driver for the altcoin boom. And the major driver that we've been waiting for, even though we didn't realize how important that was for driving it. Now, for those that are cold and frozen from the long crypto winter, some of them just don't have enough gas in their tanks and the absolute drive to succeed, and they won't make it. And I can understand that. If I hadn't had so much pain fueling my own journey, perhaps I wouldn't have lasted through my first bear market either. But so many of you are still here, and I think you have what it takes as this plays out next year. A crypto investment is simple, but it is very far from easy. Buy low, sell high. Simple, easy, right? It's simple, isn't it? But you're seeing it is not easy. Now, we've had an amazing 3 years to buy low, and it may feel like that will last for forever, but you will see that it won't, and you will wish you had bought more. I love you all, and I'll take a minute for questions before we wrap up. We are live. Kristen Jesus, I love it. Morning, Jay. Paul coming on today. Paul couldn't make it. Now, we were trying to do Tuesday. He asked if we could do Tuesday, and I had some other things and wasn't able to make Tuesday work. So we won't be able to have Paul with us till next week. Justin says, give me some hopium, Jay. Good morning, Rainmakers. Good morning. Do we think the price of altcoins will go higher or lower than they would have since they are so low now? I think because the pendulum swings too far each way. So the fact that so many have gone so low because this bear market has been so long means that they will go higher coming up. So it's like the brick being pulled by a rubber band, and the farther things go before that brick starts moving, the farther the brick does move, and that should absolutely apply. So yes, it's been painful, and in some ways it's given many of you so much more time to accumulate than you would have, which is a blessing. Many people don't see that as a blessing because they're impatient and they want to see their theory play out because they only have so much gas in the tank, and many have let their gas run out and they have washed out during this because they just couldn't endure the bear market. But the bull market is coming for altcoins. It has not happened yet, and it is going to be drastic, the swings. Much like my story about how I was so far behind and I was so happy when my portfolio was worth half of what I put in. It didn't stop there. And all of a sudden I was 5x up from what I had put in. And then really at the top, I was 20x up from what I'd put in. And 100x up from the bottom, which means if I had put in everything at the bottom, I would have made 100x gains. Just that's an impossibility, knowing where the bottom is and knowing where to put everything in, like saving up and saving up and saving up and then just putting it all in on the very bottom just isn't something that happens, really. I mean, theoretically, it would be nice. It just doesn't play out that way. All right, everyone. Today was meant to be a shorter video. I'm grateful that Paul gives us his time every week to join us and give us the way he thinks about things as somebody with 30 years experience in price analysis trading. It's amazing insights and goes to the bigger mission of helping you to become savage crypto investors, and not just investors in crypto, but later in other things, whatever the emerging technology is. The money being made right now is in crypto. I think the next area where the money's made is possibly energy, more so than AI, because a lot of the AI investments are overpriced, whereas AI needs massive increases in energy in order to fuel it. And that hasn't been properly valued yet. In fact, it's undervalued. And like we say, buy low, sell high. I think energy, some energy vehicles are massively underpriced versus where AI has gone. Now, AI might price correct downwards at some point and then it's worth it. But for now, it's too overpriced to be interesting. And crypto right now is massively underpriced, but I think it's going to go through its boom in the coming 6 months, maybe sooner, maybe a tiny bit longer than that. And when it does, then it'll be time to sell, and it'll be time to set that money to the side and perhaps wait till the next crypto winter to buy back in. Or perhaps there's some energy deals worth doing, or probably both those things. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This wrap, well, you know what this is about. We'll see y'all soon.
Came into the space chasing all of the gains, chasing the pumps and all of the hype trains. But like in life, shit, right before you could was told to buy when it was pouring like a rainmaker should. I buy when it's down, don't chase the boats that I miss, cause I always made the time in mind. I take the one out cause I'm patient like that, and I'll wait for the right time. I sell when it's high, I buy when it's low. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm just a rainmaker running the show. Calculated investments, I don't leave with my heart. The principles are simple, they're leaving a mark. Buy when it's boring, just gotta be smart. I sell when it's hype, like all the channels they pump it. That's when I was selling, got parabolic and dump it. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes it time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love, and I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Time is never better, the time like the present. This next 5 years is a gift and it's feeling like heaven. I'm committed to learn, studying to know that nothing comes easy, but with knowledge the game show. Sticking out this road, cause soon will come a bear market. We're learning and growing, and when it's slow will be the target. They say it's come out, Bitcoin is dead. The massive decreases can get to your head. Sticking around, the time time is better. Strong like that, I'll let the others be fretters. 2 years time, the ball will bring back the gains. That makes it worth the effort, cause here comes the rain. So let's go rainmakers, let's make it all happen. Let go of the hate, let the haters be crapping. I'm here for 5 years, let's do this together. The time is right, the time could be better. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Making time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I'll follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Haters be hating, the time to slow down. Addressing what they say when I'm wearing my crown. They're chasing green candles like someone who was new. I got a vision that was bigger, helping me to push through. I'm still human and sometimes it is rough. And that's what makes me special, simply I stay tough. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck.